Hi guys, just kind of an impromptu live here. I know I've been working on this barn for quite a while, finishing it off into a man cave here, and I thought I'd give you a show on how I've been doing this up in the. I had to add trusses to it and different things as far as that goes. I thought I'd just do kind of a walkthrough while I'm putting it up there. Had to put headers across everything so I could put the steel on the ceiling and work my way through it. I hope it's working. Find out, give it a go. Never done it. Just kind of leave the phone on for a little while and work my way through it. I said, I got to go up here. That's how I did this whole barn. It's 3,200 square feet ceiling. I've had to go through and put all these headers across each one of these in order to get 4 foot centers for the steel to hang from. Anything more than 4 feet, the steel won't hold out. The 4 feet is the maximum for this gauge steel, anyways. I know you probably won't see me a lot up here, but I'll give you an idea what I'm doing putting these across like this. I'll lose it. Had to make some special brackets to hold the steel up here too. Magnetic brackets to hold the steel in place. So as I'm putting it up, I can put all the corrugated steel up by myself that way. This turned here and it's just holding the corrugated ceiling. There's really no structural strength to any of that. It's just for the insulation. Can't see comments. Sorry guys, if there are any. If anybody's even gonna watch it, even. I said this is first. I thought maybe you guys would be interested in how it was up here by itself. It wasn't easy getting it up here by yourself, that's for sure. This is the last little bit I got in the whole barn. It's this corner right here. So that's like a major relief to get this far on the project. A long time coming. I don't know how many months it's been working on this, but it's been a bit of time for sure. It's a big project. It'll be worth it though when it's done. Barn was built back in the 80s. My dad did the barn. He built it back in the 80s and started out with no cement floor or nothing. Then he progressed to the cement floor. And then I'm progressing the rest of the way, putting the walls up, the insulation up, ceiling in, and I'll try and make it into more of a designer instead of just a workshop. Is my intention. As I'm getting closer to retirement age, I'd like to have it ready so I don't have to work so hard later on getting things ready. Try and make a little bit of a pre-retirement plan. I don't know how many people are actually doing that besides me, but I would say there's probably a lot to do. And I intend on using it for different things. Probably won't have any major races. I don't know, it's just a hobby. And then I'll have some maybe hold some events, but nothing, not on a routine basis. Thought maybe I'd have some youth groups or something come up, learn how to race slot cars on the track and stuff. Got another oval track I got. I'm putting in a mobile oval track I picked up last week from a couple by the name of Bruce and Margie, I believe. And they had a hobby shop and they had a mobile shop set up during COVID, a mobile oval track set up during. And during COVID, they used to run around with it so people could still use the tracks, and they had a set up so everybody was going on all four corners of the track. So I bought that from them because they're uh, getting out of it altogether now. And I bought a drag strip from them, a 65-foot drag strip, a quarter mile, I think, in 124th. That'll go up in the loft after I get working on things. Slow process, like I said. I go up here and then I put the joist hangers in. And I can screw them down, secure them. Like I said, there's no structural support up here for anything. All the joists and stuff from the pole barn do all the work for that. And that was just an impromptu live here. See how it does. 2x6. 2x6, yeah. Got to think about that. Yep, 2x6s. And last time these were 8-footers I started with, and put them the size as we go along. 4-foot centers. Anybody can do this. It's just a matter of time. Take your time and learn it. YouTube videos. My dad showed me a lot when I was younger. My brother-in-law showed me a lot. Uh, And just been kind of tinkering on stuff like this all the time when I was younger and stuff, and working through, learning as I go. You can't be afraid to get out and do it. It's hot up here today. Not as bad as yesterday in the last week, though. It was like, oh, it was blistering hot up here. Getting it closed in, the temperature's dropping probably. I think inside the barn there's a 15-degree difference in temperatures now in here now since I've insulated it. From like it was 95 degrees outside, it would have been like 85, 82 in here it was at the most. That made it nice. Got all the joist hangers from Lowe's. They were pretty expensive, the joist hangers were, when I went to buy them. But if you bought them in bulk, they were like half the price. The joist hangers. That's the little metal brackets you see up here. I don't know how good you can see them. They're holding the joists up here as I go along. And this is one of the metal brackets. I hope you can see it there. That's one of the magnetic brackets I made in order to hold the steel up there when I set it up there. This is how I've done the whole thing now. Fortunately, we had the man lift here, which was couldn't have done it on ladders. I'll tell you that. No way. Now the Amish come in. If this would have been all cleaned out, the Amish could have come in and done this whole barn ceiling and stuff. They put all the steel up here. I put in. It took me months to do. It's after work and stuff, and I had they would have done it in 6 hours on a Saturday. He said he could have done it, and but because of all the stuff I had to move, it would have been too time consuming to do it because I had to move stuff off the walls, put stuff back on the wall, had to move everything around in order to get everything put back up because it's not a original fresh build. So if you ever go to build something, I would suggest do it right away. Put your walls up, do your insulating before you fill it up. Once you fill it up, it's really hard. 2x6. Really hard to do once it's filled up. Because you got to work around everything. Takes you 3 times as long. I had to remove all the electrical, move the electrical. It was a lot of work. Had to cut the holes in the steel, put the electrical plugs in. Then I got all these UFO lights up here, which work really well now. I have them. I have them up there, and I got remote control switches on them now, so I can switch each of the UFO light individually off. So I can control where I want lights on and where I want lights off. Can't control the dimness. Some of them have a dimness adjustment on them. I don't care about that so much. Just because I have the movie theater room in the middle there set up. I want to be able to get at be able to shut the lights off in front of the movie theater and yet have lights on over top of the slot car track later. I ran into a guy today on he got a toolbox he bought from me that I sold, and his YouTube channel is the Hardworking Man. Very interesting. Uh, does a little bit of everything on there. Get a chance to check him out. Check him out. Hardworking Man. I think he said his wife was going to start up a YouTube channel or has already. It's called The Hardworking Woman. And pretty neat, pretty fascinating. Hopefully, you guys can see what I'm doing up here. I'm not just talking to you without anything going on. I'll check it out after. And try and get someone to actually hang the steel up here too. And I'll hang all these up. I'll do a little short little video on how I do the magnetic part with the sheet metal up here after. First, I'm gonna put some of the studs up. I got to hang this queen up to the top. That gives an air barrier between the steel and the wood and the insulation. This queen does. I'll show you here. I'll do that next. You guys can see that. That's you say you want to keep an air gap between your steel and your insulation so you don't get condensation on them in the summer and winter time. So when I get done, all the uh, all the steel on the outside of the building will be the exact same temperature as the outside of the building without because of the air gap I have between there. I have like a inch and a half that goes between these 2x4s here, a barrier that goes all the way up. I'm just gonna check and make sure my video still looks like it's working. Hope it is. Hey guys, looks like it is. Hopefully you can hear me. It's not just a dull video. I'm gonna go back here and get my this queen. I said it's a sealant, it's a barrier. Those of you that aren't familiar with it, put on all your walls. You always want something between the wall, inside and outside wall. Usually they put it on the outside when they build the building. The building was built first here, so I couldn't do that. So now I'm gonna go along this this queen backing stuff here. Just kind of explaining in layman's terms, my terms. Not complicated, but like a giant piece of plastic almost. And we'll go over here on the wall. Take my staple gun up with me, my staples, all that kind of stuff. And they got all the way up to the top of the roll. Get that in. Grab some more staples. Kind of boring, but if you're up to watching it, you watch bits and pieces of it. I walk up here and get my sure I got staples, or I'll get up there without any staples. Done that a couple times. Luckily, it's on a lift. Like I said, I'm doing this on a. I don't think I could do it on a ladder the whole time doing all this. I did by myself up here. There's no way. The only reason I was able to get that steel up there is because of the magnetic brackets I made for up top there. I think I have one on the ground here. Show it to you if I can find it. What it looks like. Took me a while to think of that one too. Couldn't figure out how to get it by myself. Trying to stick 12-foot pieces of corrugated steel up there. If you've ever done it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not easy. Squeeze through here. I'll show you what I did here. This took me some contemplating here to figure this one out. Trying to get the idea how it works. Well, this holds my. Show you from the ground here a little bit. We can see it. Let me see where you're positioning. I think you can see me down here. Let me look. Yeah, I'll show you over here. All right. This hangs up on those joist hangers up there, and the joist is up there. And they got a magnet here that sticks to the corrugated steel up there. And it goes up just like that. You hold it up there like that, and then I can slide my corrugated steel up in between it, and it keeps it about 2 inches from the top. That way, I can screw the corrugated steel to the ceiling with that. Then that them are fishing magnets is what I got them on off Amazon. Fishing magnets, pretty strong. I can't hardly get them off. No, because the steel's so light it won't hold. So what I have to do is I have to put a second magnet on top of the steel above the other magnet, and it sucks them right up, and I can barely get them apart then. And this is how I've been rebuilding the barn from the inside out. Very important to have a good vapor barrier back here. I don't know how to spray foam will work in the long run. I say it's okay. I don't know. I'm not an expert at that. I just know there's no vapor barrier between the steel when you spray something right up against steel like that. There's no air gap in there. You've got a pretty good air gap in between. So 1.5 inches, and then up on the top up here, there's roof vents up top, and there's some down the center. Gives good cross ventilation to keep it all ventilated. Do it up like this. Put this on all the walls and putting it up. Give it a little bit more head. Gets me up in there a little further. So I can reach everything. Okay, without this lift, I wouldn't have been doing this. It was a lifesaver throughout the whole job. This is all personal use only. I don't own a construction company. I don't do nothing like that. I'm a crane operator by trade. That's about it. Done some rebuilding of houses and stuff my own self. not completely done the building, but I say YouTube's a wonderful thing for finding stuff on how to do this. So if you don't see me up here, guy, this is what we do. This gives you a good ventilation up top, gives me airflow all the way around this way. And I stapled to that wall out there all the way along. And the insulation will go between here and the ceiling trusses under here. All that white steel you see will be underneath here. And then this gives that ventilation. I don't know how good you can see me, but up through here, this keeps the insulation from packing up against this thing, so there's no vents up there. This way, if I fill this up with insulation underneath here, it'll go up so high, and then I'll still have the vent, and it won't flow down into my uh my barrier I got back here for the air gap. That helps any giving you ideas. I tried to figure out. Took me a while to think about how to get the air gap back there too, because of the I just knew you had to have air barrier because you want more you can keep your steel the same temperature as the outside, the less it is to sweat. And sweat and moisture from the inside is a culprit for a lot of people. That's where a lot of those places have trouble. Get moisture between their steel. Let's just push this up in here. I'll go up a little higher. So I've done the whole barn this way. Kind of give you guys an input what I've been doing this whole time. I just show you pictures once in a while and put a little video together what it looks like when it's finished, but I haven't done something for you guys to see what I've been doing up here. But, what the heck, I'll do one. Yeah, vapor barrier to me, it's like strategic in building something like this. You don't want your walls sweating into your insulation, because then you will definitely have mold issues. And in the ceiling, I'm putting all um, fiberglass insulation, using the Pink Panther stuff, get it from Lowe's I do, and I blow it all in. And I also have some other stuff that was bats I put up there. The fiberglass, I feel, to me, and my thinking is that the fiberglass dries out better than the I know they got that recycled paper stuff they put up in there. It's a lot cheaper. But what I can see is the paper ain't gonna dry out as fast as this does. Is if it gets wet from, say, a roof was leaking a little or something. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here a little. This is what I've been doing for the past couple months up here. Putting this all in, trying to. Um, Coming towards the end, like I said, I wanted you guys to see what it took to get it up into here. I say without this man left, I don't know if I could have done it. If you had a couple people doing it, yes, maybe. By yourself, I don't think that's a feasibility possibility even to do put all this up here without this. I had to restud all the walls out in between because they're all 4-foot centers. This creates a nice air seal too. So it should keep a lot of my air out, which should be really nice too. I staple them to them 2x4s. You see, they're going this way across. I'll staple this all to the 2x4s. This is how we do it. How I do it. There might be better ways out there. I'm sure somebody will say something like that. There's a great bunch, family bunch. A lot of slot car guys on here. That's kind of, this is one of the hobbies. This will get me nice warm winter garage in the Michigan. Will be very handy. So this creates a nice vapor barrier back here. Keeps the air down. You feel here on this wall, this back wall, it's probably 120 degrees. It feels like. I mean, it's super hot from the sun on the back, and you feel the difference afterwards. Is amazing. So there'll be a 20-25 degree difference in this barn without even doing any kind of AC or heat in it from outside to inside when it's all done, just from insulating it. I'll have a R19, probably an R22 when the walls are all done. In the vapor barrier and the R19 insulation, and I'm putting T111 on the walls. I would say close. Me and them staples aren't getting along. This is the second time I've dumped the box of staples out. They make such a mess. Oh man. Then I'll go through and stud this all out with those 2x6s you see right there. I'll have them on 16-inch centers, and I'll take and put. I got to pick up my staples down there, and I'll put insulation between it, like you see on the left over here. I think you can walk over and see what I can see. I know it's kind of, some people may not find it interesting, but where am I at? 27 minutes in. And so maybe I'll turn this a little bit more down and you guys can see a little bit what I'm doing. There you go. So I dropped a box of staples for the second time. Smashes in a million pieces and you can't reuse them half the time. The bummer. Find the staples. I've been finding pretty good prices at them on state sales. Quite a bit. Dropped a whole box of them. Good staples too. See if I can save some of them. You get too small pieces, you can't get them back in the staple gun very easy. It's not worth messing with. And about the second time I've dropped the box of staples, I need to clean my shelf off up there, so I ain't having this problem. But I'm so close to the end, I'm just kind of working late at night trying to get it closed in. This has been a long time coming, closing it in. I'm in the big box. Not lose them so easy. I got a little Arrow staple gun here, little battery operated one. Not sponsored by Arrow or nothing, but nice little staple gun. Those T50 staples. Electric, rechargeable. Staple gun. There you go. Use the heck out of this thing. This is how I do barn rebuild. Trying to. Got pretty big ways to go, but getting there. Well, I didn't give nobody warning I was coming on. That's okay. Get a chance to watch a couple minutes of it here and there. That's fine. Guys do it regularly. They get like Marty Ford and a bunch of other guys I watch Home Racing World. All those guys, they do a regular program every week of it, and that's a lot of commitment there. Take the time to do that. Where are my scissors? Here they are. I just take some scissors, cut that stuff off at the bottom down there, and finish stapling it in. Oh, you can't see me. My lift's in the way. Sorry, guys. I'm down here cutting this off at the bottom. I know it's a long video. Maybe I'll cut it off and start another one up. I don't get bored of hours with the video. Nobody will watch. Short things do quite well. So live videos are hard for me because I don't do them enough to say, hey, let's go racing cars for hours and ends. That gives you an idea there. I put that up and then I'll put these, here, I'll staple it and I'll put one of the studs up before I close out on you. And I'll come back on later when I do the ceiling some more. Just putting staples in the boards here. Hold it all in place. The plastic will stay up there. This thing. I might have a different name. It reminds me of this queen. I'll put staple in there. Now I'll just show you here. So I get these on 16-inch centers after. And I'll just stick them up in here like this and stud it out. Point like that. Do it there. Like I said, it's not a supporting wall of any kind. There's no structural strength to it because it's a pole building. I just have to measure over 16 inches on them all. And I got down here on got some lines down here, 4 foot. I already got some down here where I marked them. So, works pretty good. I'll put a bunch of these up. If I get to some of that ceiling tonight, maybe I'll go live again. If not, maybe tomorrow night or later this week, I'll try and go live again. Give you an idea. Thanks for watching. If you guys do, appreciate it. Talk to you in a few. So you can see the trusses put up there just now. And you can see the joist hangers up in there. And then the Visqueen gives that vapor barrier between the steel. All right, take care, guys.